Hello, and we're bringing to you a series of videos on some of the main highlights of the important watch auctions to be held here in Geneva in a few days. We will start our coverage with auction house Phillips in association with Bacs and Russo, and it's always a pleasure to meet Mr. Aurel Bacs, watch auctioneer, but I could also say watch storyteller, as it is just a feat to listen to him when he talks about the watches put on sale on the 13th and 14th of May. Well, he definitely knows how to do this, reason why we didn't edit much of his speech, but nevertheless separated this presentation in two parts, and there are some pretty sweet lots that we will now unveil to you. So from more reasonable but very interesting timepieces to some exceptional lots that will most certainly beat some previous record set, especially for Rolex, but no ordinary Rolex. So let's simply discover this with Mr. Bacs.
We have prepared a small selection this time, but a very varied collection. And I would like to start with something just to get your attention. Have a look here what I show you here. You see this pink gold Omega?
Yes.
I will put it down here. Now look what I do with my hands. And now look what I have in my left hand. Now you wonder if this is magic. It's not magic. It's just one of these amazing discoveries that we experience so often in our field. We have here two identical pink gold Omegas. They were made in 1958 to commemorate the Olympic Games in Melbourne, Australia. And whereas each of them is already quite a pretty and rare collector's watch, we have here two in absolutely mint, unused, unworn condition. The two watches have a very interesting story. Not just have they both survived in perfect condition, we have the original Omega leather strap, the original buckle, we also have the original Omega certificate. But what's more amazing is that the two watches have, and you will see that here, consecutive serial numbers. In fact, they were both bought in Rangoon, Burma, in the same shop on the same day in 1958. Now, how amazing is that over half a century later, two watches survive in mint condition, they have traveled the planet, and they've never been separated. We named them the Olympic twins, and I think these are delightful collector's watches that offer great value, great quality at a relatively humble starting price.
Does that mean that you expect naturally those watches to be bought together?
Well, they are offered as one lot, so obviously the buyer will have two watches. I do hope that they will remain together for another couple of years, or hopefully forever and ever. We don't know why they were together so long, and I think it would be nice to leave them together. As we are already talking about Omega, one of my personal favorites is this chronograph from the late 1930s. It is from 1939 in stainless steel with the typical olive-shaped chronograph pushers. But besides the exceptional condition, what is really a highlight of this watch is the black lacquer galvanic dial with a number of technical scientific scales in a variety of colors. You see here a color of sort of bronze copper outside, that's for the tachometer, but then you have also the hour and the time indication in yellow, matching with the hands, but then inside, in the center again, we have a chronograph scale in that warm bronze color. The dial and the case overall are of exceptional condition. It's rare for a non-waterproof watch to survive 3/4 of a century in such condition, and I guess no one will challenge me on this statement. This is probably as good looking as any chronograph by any maker can be. Omega was one of the foremost makers of chronographs back at the time. They were also for many decades the official Olympic timekeeper, and this watch is a premium example from that pre-war era.